The rise of the Karen, a cultural phenomenon. In recent years, the term Karen has become a staple in our cultural conversations, symbolizing a very specific type of behavior and attitude that has sparked both humor and serious discussions. But what exactly does it mean to be labeled a Karen, and why has this term gained such traction in our society? Written by Karen Salmonson, author of Instant Happy. Salmonson explores the origins and implications of this phenomenon in her latest book, shedding light on how a simple name has evolved into a cultural shorthand for a particular set of behaviors. The term Karen has exploded in our cultural lexicon. It has become a meme, a joke, and a point of serious social commentary. But beyond the humor, it reflects deeper societal issues that warrant closer examination. It's no longer just a name, it's a symbol, often used to describe someone who is perceived as entitled, demanding, and often oblivious to their own privilege. This caricature has become a way to call out and critique certain behaviors that many find problematic. It's a caricature often representing a specific type of individual. The stereotypical Karen is usually depicted as a middle-aged white woman who is quick to anger and demands to speak to the manager. This image, while exaggerated, taps into real frustrations and experiences that many people have had. Think demanding, entitled, quick to anger, and usually white and middle-aged. These characteristics have made the term Karen a useful shorthand for a certain type of behavior that is often seen as problematic and disruptive. While generalizations can be dangerous, the Karen phenomenon taps into a very real issue, the abuse of privilege, often directed at service workers and increasingly, law enforcement. This behavior can have serious consequences both for the individuals involved and for society as a whole. This essay will delve into the troubling trend of Karens clashing with police officers. These confrontations often highlight issues of privilege, entitlement, and the misuse of power. By examining these incidents, we can gain a better understanding of the underlying dynamics at play. We'll examine real-life examples, analyze the motivations behind such confrontations, and explore the serious consequences. These stories will provide insight into why these incidents occur and what can be done to address them. Our goal is not to demonize or stereotype, but to foster understanding. By looking at these situations from multiple perspectives, we can begin to see the complexities involved and work towards more constructive solutions. We'll examine both sides of the story, the perspective of the officer simply doing their job, and the individual who might be acting out of ignorance, frustration, or a misplaced sense of entitlement. Through this balanced approach, we hope to shed light on the broader social issues that the Karen phenomenon represents, and encourage a more empathetic and informed dialogue. Blue uniforms, red flags. When Karens confront the law. Confrontations between citizens and law enforcement are sadly not new. These interactions have been a part of societal dynamics for as long as we can remember. However, in recent years a new and troubling trend has emerged. The Karen phenomenon adds a layer of complexity to these encounters. This term, often used to describe individuals, typically women, who exhibit entitled and demanding behavior, has become synonymous with a certain type of public confrontation. It's not just about disagreeing with an officer, it's about a perceived sense of impunity, a belief that one can bend rules through aggression, entitlement, or by playing the victim. This behavior can escalate situations that might otherwise be resolved calmly. Imagine this: a traffic stop escalates because the driver, convinced of their righteousness, refuses to cooperate. The situation quickly spirals out of control as the individual becomes increasingly belligerent, believing they are above the law. Or consider a noise complaint that spirals out of control. The complainant, fueled by anger and a sense of entitlement, berates the responding officers, refusing to comply with their instructions. This not only makes the situation more volatile, but also puts everyone involved at greater risk. These scenarios, often fueled by viral videos, are becoming increasingly common. The presence of cameras and the potential for online fame can sometimes exacerbate these confrontations, as individuals may act out more dramatically, knowing they have an audience. As these incidents continue to rise, it becomes crucial for both law enforcement and the public to find ways to de-escalate tensions and foster mutual respect. Only through understanding and cooperation can we hope to reduce the frequency and intensity of these confrontations. Behind the badge, behind the outburst, understanding the clash. To truly grasp this phenomenon, we need to look at both sides. The relationship between law enforcement and the public is complex and multifaceted. It's not just about enforcing laws, it's about building trust, understanding, and cooperation within the community. For law enforcement officers, encountering a Karen can be incredibly frustrating and even dangerous. These situations often escalate quickly, putting both the officer and the civilian at risk. The term Karen has become synonymous with individuals who exhibit entitled or demanding behavior, often in public settings. Police officers are trained to de-escalate situations, yet the unpredictable and often volatile nature of these encounters can make their job incredibly challenging. They must balance enforcing the law with maintaining public safety, all while trying to defuse potentially explosive situations. On the flip side, it's crucial to acknowledge that not every outburst is driven by malice. Many times, these individuals are reacting out of fear, stress, or confusion. Understanding the root cause of their behavior can help in addressing the situation more effectively. Some individuals might be having a bad day, dealing with personal issues, or facing overwhelming stress. These factors can significantly impact their behavior and interactions with others, including law enforcement. Struggling with mental health issues is another critical aspect to consider. Mental health challenges can manifest in various ways, including heightened emotions and erratic behavior. Recognizing these signs can be crucial for officers in managing the situation with empathy and care, or genuinely misunderstand the situation. Miscommunication and lack of information can lead to unnecessary confrontations. Clear and calm communication from both parties can often prevent these misunderstandings from escalating. However, this does not excuse their behavior, especially when it crosses the line into disrespect, aggression, or interference with law enforcement. It's essential for both the public and police officers to work together to foster a safer and more understanding community. Mutual respect and open dialogue are key to bridging the gap and resolving conflicts peacefully. The price of defiance, real-life consequences, and case studies. The consequences of these confrontations can be severe for everyone involved. For individuals, it can lead to arrests, fines, legal battles, and public humiliation, especially in the age of viral videos. For law enforcement officers, it can result in disciplinary actions, public scrutiny, and psychological stress. These encounters erode public trust in law enforcement and can even jeopardize the safety of both officers and civilians. The law does not smile upon those who obstruct justice or disrespect law enforcement. Depending on the severity of the offense, individuals can face charges like disorderly conduct, resisting arrest, or even assault on a police officer. It's important to understand that while citizens have the right to question and even film law enforcement within legal limits, they do not have the right to interfere with their duties, disobey lawful orders, or incite violence. Ripple effects, social implications, and eroding trust. The Karen phenomenon, when played out against law enforcement, has far-reaching social implications. It contributes to the already strained relationship between law enforcement and certain communities. The constant barrage of negative videos and stories can perpetuate stereotypes and foster distrust in law enforcement, making it harder for officers to do their jobs effectively and safely. Bridging the divide, fostering understanding and respect. So, how do we move forward? It starts with fostering greater understanding and respect between law enforcement and the communities they serve. We need open dialogues, community policing initiatives, and education on both sides. Citizens need to understand the challenges and complexities of law enforcement, while officers need to be trained in de-escalation techniques, cultural sensitivity, and implicit bias. Empowering the public. Knowledge is power, communication is key, knowledge is power. Citizens need to be aware of their rights and responsibilities when interacting with law enforcement. Knowing how to conduct oneself calmly, respectfully, and within the bounds of the law can de-escalate a situation before it spirals. Effective communication is also crucial. If there's an issue, clearly and calmly explaining the situation can often resolve it without escalation. Remember, respect is a two-way street. Moving forward, a call for empathy and responsible engagement. The Karen phenomenon, while often used humorously, highlights a serious societal issue. Moving forward requires empathy, education, and a commitment to respectful engagement. We must move beyond generalizations and stereotypes and recognize the humanity in each other, whether wearing a badge or not. Let's strive for a future where interactions with law enforcement are characterized by respect, understanding, and a commitment to the safety and well-being of all.